The chapter that I worked on has to do with siting, both generation and transmission for renewables across the country and offshore. And we're focusing on ways that we can expedite transmission for renewable energy resources, move that power to the load centers where they're needed, and do it in a way that doesn't step on environmental and cultural resources along the way, to the greatest extent we can. There's no way to build transmission or generation without impacts, but if we do it intelligently, we can do it with the fewest impacts possible, preserve our opportunities for climate adaptation, and also get the generation and transmission built faster, and provide the transmission for the generation in a timely way. It can take up to 10 years to build transmission, take about 3 years to build generation. It's really important for us to close that gap. Involving key stakeholders early is one of the key principles we focus on. Making government work better by having them coordinate more across the state agencies and the federal agencies and states, and even down to local governments. It's really necessary to take this on in this way and do it. It's common sense. It's not really rocket science here. We're not talking about advanced economics or, in many cases, even technological innovation, although that's certainly part of the answer. What we are seeing is just doing what we are doing much better, much more efficiently, much more thoughtfully, and locating generation and transmission in places where people will accept them and not fight them quite as much as they might otherwise. It's not rocket science. It's really about respecting the values and the interests of the various stakeholders, having them participate in making the decisions. And people who help participate in making decisions are much more likely to support those decisions.